Welcome back to the deep dive. This season we've really gone deep, haven't we? Into Stoicism, the big thinkers, the ideas, the emotions, all of it.
We certainly have. It's been a fascinating exploration of the core principles.
Yeah, and we've picked up so much wisdom, right? But here's the big question, the million-dollar question, really. How often do we learn all this amazing stuff, feel genuinely enlightened, maybe even intellectually, richer,
hmm
and then find it really hard to actually make it stick, to translate that insight into real, tangible change in our lives?
That hits the nail on the head. It's like reading a fantastic cookbook, understanding all the technique.
Exactly. But never actually getting in the kitchen and cooking the meal.
Yeah.
The knowledge just sits there, abstract.
Precisely. And this isn't just a modern problem. The ancient Stoics, they were keenly aware of this gap. For them, philosophy wasn't some armchair exercise.
And not just for academics.
Not at all. It was fundamentally a lived experience, a daily practice, an art of living, as they put it. Pierre Hadot, in his work, really emphasizes this. He points out how ancient philosophers insisted their whole deal was essentially a way of life rather than a form of language.
A way of life, I like that.
Yeah, and think about Seneca. He flat out said, philosophy takes as her aim the state of happiness, not book learning or textual production. He even warned that just chasing book learning could be harmful.
So it's not about how many books you read, but what you do with what you read.
Exactly. And Montaigne, centuries later, he echoed this so powerfully. He said, to compose our character is our duty, not to compose books. His point. Our great and glorious masterpiece is to live appropriately. It's about building yourself, your character, through the philosophy.
Okay, so that really brings us to today. This deep dive feels like, well, maybe the most important one of the season.
I think you could argue that, yeah.
Because we've done the theory, we've explored the ideas. Now it's about the how. How do we actually do Stoicism? How do we build that house we've got the blueprints for?
We're moving from understanding to application.
Yeah. We want to give you, the listener, the actual tools, concrete things you can do to weave these principles into your day-to-day life. Make it stick. Turn it into, like, your own personal operating system.
That's the goal. And, this practical focus, this emphasis on doing, is exactly why Stoicism resonated so much with, well, the doers of the world throughout history.
They're under pressure. Yeah.
Exactly. People facing real challenges. Think Ambrose Bierce, the Civil War vet. He told a young writer that studying the Stoics teaches you how to be a worthy guest at the table of the gods.
Wow. That's quite a phrase. Living with dignity, basically.
Living with purpose, whatever life throws at you. And more recently, you have people like Tim Ferriss calling Stoicism his ideal personal operating system. It's practical. It builds resilience. It provides clarity when things get chaotic.
So it's not just philosophy for quiet contemplation. It's philosophy for the trenches.
You could say that. It's for navigating reality.
Okay, so if you've been listening along this season, nodding your head, thinking this makes sense, but also wondering, okay, but how? How do I make this real?
Then this is for you.
This is your mission for today. We're laying out the steps, the rituals, the mental frameworks to make Stoicism a sustainable daily practice. Time to get practical. Let's unpack this blueprint.
Where do we start?
Let's start at the beginning of the day. The morning. It's such a crucial time, isn't it? Sets the tone, your mind's often clearer.
Definitely. A time for intention.
And even someone like Marcus Aurelius, with the weight of an empire on his shoulders, he understood this. He had a morning ritual. It wasn't just about, imperial memos. It was mental preparation.
Absolutely. His morning practice was very much about preparing for the day, especially the human element, the people he knew he'd encounter.
The difficult ones.
Yes. The annoying, the ungraceful, the obstructive. He wasn't naive. As the Daily Stoic points out, he'd mentally rehearse facing them. He'd remind himself essentially, okay, people will get in my way today. Don't let them derail me, but also don't let them poison my goodwill towards them.
And that's key, isn't it? Not letting their actions corrupt your state of mind.
Precisely. He knew their behavior was outside his control, but his reaction, his judgment, his own intention, that was entirely his. So he preloaded the right response mentally.
And it wasn't just bracing for negativity. He also talked about this duty to cooperate, right?
Yes, a deep sense of human interconnectedness. He had that line, something like, you'll more quickly find an earthly thing kept from the earth than you will a person cut off from other human beings.
That's powerful. We're inherently social, meant to work together.
Exactly. So This duty to cooperate wasn't about being a pushover. It was about preserving your own tranquility and goodwill, even with difficult people, doing your part for the whole without letting their issues become your inner turmoil.
So when you feel that irritation rising, you remember, okay, cooperation, my part. It's a conscious choice.
It is. And the Stoics saw anger, resentment. They saw these as weaknesses, as destructive as giving up or panicking.
Right, and that's strength.
No. So this morning prep allows you to approach those interactions with a certain gentleness, as he put it, recognizing we're all part of the same system made for one another, as Haddett puts it. You anticipate the friction so it doesn't shock you or throw you off balance.
You've already walked through it in your mind.
Pretty much. So when it happens, you're prepared. You can respond calmly, reasonably, instead of just reacting emotionally.
Okay, that's one powerful morning practice. What else? There's one that sounds a bit, well, negative.
Ah, yes. Premeditatio malorum, negative visualization. It does sound gloomy, doesn't it?
A little bit, like you're inviting bad things to happen.
Right, but that's the common misunderstanding. It's actually one of the most potent Stoic tools for the exact opposite, for resilience and gratitude. William Irvine explains it simply. So briefly thinking about what could go wrong today.
Like losing your keys, a meeting going badly.
Exactly. Small things, big things. But the point isn't to dwell or wallow, it's strategic.
Okay, so what's the strategy? Why think about losing your keys?
Well, as Irvine says, it's to prevent them from taking that world for granted. Think about something you value. Your health, maybe? Or just your morning coffee.
Okay, got my coffee.
No, just for a second imagine it gone, the machine's broken. Or maybe you're unwell and can't enjoy it. Briefly consider that absence.
Okay.
Now come back to the present. How does that coffee feel now?
Well, appreciated. Definitely more appreciated.
That's the core idea. Contemplating loss highlights the value of what you currently have. It combats taking things for granted.
That makes sense. It flips the script from focusing on what's missing to valuing what's present.
Exactly. And there are really two big benefits here. First, preparedness.
Okay.
When you mentally run through a potential difficulty, like Seneca suggested contemplating the loss of loved ones, it's like an emotional fire drill.
Not to be morbid, but to prepare.
Right. So if the worst does happen, the initial shock is lessened. You've seen it coming, in a sense. It's less disorienting. You move from shock to coping more quickly.
It takes a surprise element out, or at least reduces it.
Precisely. You're braced, not blindsided. And the second benefit, maybe even bigger, is gratitude.
Which we just touched on with the coffee example.
Yes. Irvine argues this practice massively increases your enjoyment of the world around you. He says it can produce a dramatic transformation in your outlook, make you realize how much you have to be thankful for, almost regardless of your circumstances.
So instead of always wanting more, you realize how much you already have.
You got it. It tackles that hedonic treadmill head on. You find joy in the simple things because you're acutely aware they aren't guaranteed. That picnic you're enjoying, you realize it might not have happened, and that makes it sweeter.
Wow. Okay, this is actually really interesting. So it's not about pessimism at all.
Not in the slightest. It's a tool for perspective and profound appreciation.
So the advice is try this, even for a moment in the morning.
Yeah, just pick one thing. Your commute going smoothly, the fact you can walk, a relationship. Briefly imagine its absence. Feel that tinge. Then return to the present and feel the gratitude. It can genuinely reshape how you experience your day.
Okay, morning prep covered. What about the end of the day? We've prepared, we've lived it. Now what?
Now comes the review, the reflection. Just as the morning sets the stage, the evening is for learning and recalibrating.
Like a debrief.
Exactly. And Seneca was the master of this evening self-examination. He saw it as crucial for making progress.
He had specific questions, didn't he?
He famously described asking himself things like, what bad habit did I curb today? What virtue did I practice? How can I do better tomorrow? The exact questions might have varied, but the core idea, as Haddett points out, was self-awareness.
Seeing your flaws, but also your progress.
Yes, and figuring out how to make better choices tomorrow. It's about building that feedback loop for your own character development. Not rigid, but intentional.
So how can we apply this practically? What might we ask ourselves?
Well, drawing from Seneca and Stoic ideas on habits, you could structure it around a few points. First, think about the challenges you faced.
Like that annoying email or getting stuck in traffic.
Yeah. How did you respond? Did you let it disrupt your calm? Or did you manage to stay composed? Maybe a difficult conversation, did you react emotionally or respond with reason? This helps spot your triggers.
Okay, I see where the cracks appeared.
Right. Second, look for opportunities where you practiced virtue.
Like patience, courage.
Exactly. Maybe you showed patience when you felt like snapping. Maybe you spoke up for fairness. Did you practice that duty to cooperate or show gentleness even when it was tough? Did you make a wise decision instead of an impulsive one? Recognize those moments too. Reinforce the good.
Acknowledge the wins, however small.
Definitely. And third, reflect on your habits. What patterns, good or bad, showed up today? Did you procrastinate? Did you get sucked into your phone? Or did you push through discomfort?
And then plan for tomorrow.
Yes. How can you apply what the Daily Stoic calls a counterforce of training? If you cut corners, how can you intentionally go further tomorrow? If you are distracted, what's one small step for better focus? It makes the reflection actionable.
Like game film analysis for your own life?
That's a great analogy, but crucially, this isn't about beating yourself up.
No self-flagellation.
No. The Stoics were realists about human nature. It's about gentle, systematic self-correction. As Irvine notes, you become proficient, you improve, you move on. Stumbled on patience today. Acknowledge it. Recommit tomorrow. It's about continuous progress.
Incremental gains.
Exactly. That evening review is your compass, helping you adjust course, refine your inner operating system, and make sure you're living the philosophy bit by bit, day by day.
Okay, so we have the morning bookend and the evening bookend.
Yeah.
But life happens between those times, right?
Yeah.
What about tools for the middle of the day when things get overwhelming?
Absolutely. Stoicism isn't just about routines, it's also about on-demand mental techniques. One of the most powerful is the view from above.
We've touched on this before, haven't we? The cosmic perspective.
Yes, it's an instant perspective shifter. When you're feeling swamped, lost in the weeds of a problem, you mentally zoom out, way out.
Like looking down from space.
Pretty much. Marcus Aurelius described it vividly. He talked about his mind expanding to see events as mere pinpoints. He asked, where is the tragedy in such negligible incidents? Where is the surprise? It shrinks your problems by massively expanding your context.
And he had those lines about continents being corners of the world, the sea, a drop of water.
Exactly. Mount Athos is a mound of earth, and the present moment nothing more than a point. From that vantage point, your current stressor, that deadline, that argument, it looks tiny, puny even. As had it said, it diminishes its power to disturb your peace.
It puts things in perspective drastically.
It does. Imagine you're furious, stuck in traffic.
Easy to imagine.
Mentally zoom out. See your car, the jam, the city, the country, the planet. Suddenly your individual frustration seems almost, well, insignificant in the grand scheme. It helps you detach emotionally from things outside your control.
Maintain that inner calm, the inner citadel.
Right. It's not denying the problem, but seeing its true scale. It's fleeting. It's small.
Okay, that's a great tool for overwhelm. Now, what about when things actively go wrong? Setbacks, failures, things just not working out.
That brings us to a really core, maybe even radical Stoic idea, amor fati.
Love of fate.
Literally, it's the mindset of embracing everything that happens, not judging it as good or bad, just accepting it as what is.
Not just tolerating it, but loving it.
Actively embracing it. Marcus said, embracing with all his heart whatever befalls or is appointed by providence. Seeing it all as part of a larger, rational order. Even the stuff that looks like misfortune.
Okay, give me an example. How does that work practically? Spill coffee on yourself before a big meeting.
Okay, the typical reaction is annoyance, right? Why me? Why now?
Yeah.
Amor fati says. The coffee is spilled. Reality. Don't fight it. Accept it. Maybe even find a sliver of amusement. Then focus immediately on what's next. Clean up, change, adapt. No energy wasted railing against what already happened.
So it's acceptance, but it's not passive.
Not at all. It connects to what Ryan Holiday talks about in The Obstacle is the Way. You stop fighting reality and start seeing it as raw material. That's setback. It's fuel. It's an opportunity.
How so?
Maybe that spilled coffee forces you to be more resourceful or humbler. Maybe that delayed flight gives you unexpected time to think or read. You actively look for the potential benefit or lesson within the event. You say, yes, this happened. Now, what good can I create from it?
Transforming stumbling blocks into stepping stones.
That's the essence of it. It builds incredible resilience because nothing can truly defeat you if you choose to find value or opportunity in everything. It's liberating. Your happiness isn't dependent on external events anymore. It's rooted in your response.
You become the alchemist, turning lead into gold.
Beautifully put. That mindset makes you fundamentally unconquerable.
Okay, so we have morning prep, evening review, the view from above, amor fati. What ties all this together? What's the underlying engine?
The underlying engine, the constant background process, the operating system running 24/7, as Holiday puts it, that's the dichotomy of control.
This feels foundational.
It absolutely is. It comes straight from Epictetus, his core teaching of things some are in our power and others are not. Getting this distinction right is everything.
So what's in our power?
Our judgments, our opinions, hypolapsis, our impulses, our motivations, horme, our desires and aversions, achillesis. Basically, our thoughts, choices, and actions, our inner world.
And what's not in our power?
Pretty much everything else. Our body, it gets sick. Our property, it could be lost. Our reputation, others control that. Our job title, social status, all external. All not our own acts.
Okay, simple distinction, but profound consequences.
Huge consequences. Epictetus warns. Confuse the two. Attach your peace of mind to externals, and what happens? You will be hindered, you will lament, you will be disturbed, you will blame both gods and men. You're constantly tossed around by things you can't control.
Sounds exhausting and miserable.
It is. But focus only on what is in your power, your inner responses, your choices, and Epictetus promises. No man will ever compel you. No man will hinder you. You will blame no man. You will do nothing against your will. No man will harm you. You will have no enemy.
Wow. That's a inner freedom, real invincibility.
It's the key to tranquility. But there's a slight nuance we should add, something Irvine points out.
Okay.
It's not always strictly black and white. Some things we have some control over, but not complete control.
Like winning a tennis match.
Yeah.
Or getting someone to like you.
Exactly. You control your effort, your training, how you behave, but not the final outcome. The other player, the other person's feelings, those are external.
So what's the Stoic approach there?
Internalize your goals. Don't aim for the external outcome you can't fully control, like I want to win this match or I want them to love me.
Aim for what then?
Aim for the internal action you can control. I want to play my absolute best with full effort and focus, or I want to behave in a consistently kind and virtuous way.
Focus on your performance, your character, not the result.
Precisely. That protects your peace of mind. Your success is based on your actions, which are in your control, not on external results, which aren't. This constant filtering, is this in my control, becomes your default way of processing everything. That's the operating system.
Okay. Wow. That really ties it all together. So let's try and crystallize this. We've gone through a lot, but it feels like it boils down to a pretty manageable daily practice.
It really does. It sounds like a lot when we break it down, but the actual time commitment can be minimal.
Like 10 minutes a day?
Yeah.
5 in the morning, 5 at night.
Roughly, yes. Plus the ongoing mental shifts throughout the day. It's about quality, not quantity.
Okay, let's summarize the blueprint. Morning, 5 minutes. First, prepare for people. Do the Marcus Aurelius thing, anticipate difficult interactions, remind yourself of your duty to cooperate, protect your goodwill.
Set that intention for pro-social interaction regardless of others' behavior.
Second, premeditatio malorum. Negative visualization. Briefly contemplate potential loss or difficulty, not to be gloomy, but to boost gratitude and preparedness. Appreciate what you have.
Right. See the value in the present.
Then, evening, 5 minutes. Seneca's review. Ask yourself, how did I handle today's challenges? Where did I practice virtue? Where did I fall short? And how can I apply a counterforce tomorrow? Gentle self-correction.
Learn from the day. Plan for slight improvement. No judgment, just assessment.
And all day long, keep those mental tools ready. Feeling overwhelmed. Use the view from above. Zoom out, get perspective.
Shrink the problem.
Facing a setback. Something doesn't go your way. Embrace amor fati. Love what happens. Accept reality. Find the opportunity within it.
Turn obstacles into fuel.
And underpinning everything, constantly running in the background, the dichotomy of control. Always ask, is this in my power? Focus only on your thoughts, judgments, actions. Let go of the rest.
That's the core loop, your internal operating system.
It sounds doable. Actually doable.
That's the beauty of it. It's practical. But the key really is consistency. Understanding it is one thing.
Doing it is another.
Exactly. Which brings us to a final challenge, a piece of homework, if you will, for this season finale.
Okay, I'm ready.
We challenge you, the listener. Commit to this toolkit. Morning prep, evening review, the all-day mental shifts. Just try it consistently for 1 week.
Just 7 days.
Just 7 days. Don't aim for perfection. Just aim for practice. Show up each morning and evening. Try to apply the principles during the day and just Observe.
Observe what happens.
Yeah. Notice any changes in your mindset, how you react to frustration or setbacks, your general sense of calm, maybe your level of gratitude. The benefits come from the doing. It's like exercise, you only get stronger by actually lifting the weights.
That's a great challenge. 1 week of practice, see what happens.
Give it a shot.
Well, this has been quite a journey this season. Exploring all these ideas has been fantastic. And thank you truly for coming along with us on this deep dive. Feels like we've been on a shared quest, digging into this ancient wisdom and seeing how relevant it still is.
It really has been rewarding. And these ideas are timeless. As a final thought, perhaps a quote from Epictetus to leave everyone with, it sums up that core principle so well. He said, "If you do not choose to desire that which you will fail to obtain, nor to attempt to avoid that into which you will fall, desire nothing which belong to others, nor try to avoid any of the things which are not in your power. If you do not observe this rule, you must of necessity fail in your desires and fall into that which you would avoid."
Wow. That lays it out pretty clearly. The path to freedom, right there.
The challenge and the promise.
So this toolkit we built today is not the end of the journey, is it? It's really just the beginning, a powerful start to maybe a more tranquil, more resilient, and ultimately a more fulfilling way to live. Keep diving deep, everyone, and keep living wisely.